Oh dear, right. Government scientific advisors are reportedly being asked to reassess the safety of fracking in Britain amid pressure from Tory MPs to lift the moratorium.
Well, according to the Telegraph, Business and Energy Secretary Kwasi Kwarteng is expected to request a 3-month review of the evidence relating to fracking.
Well, let's talk to Donica McCarthy, climate columnist for The Independent. Good to see you this morning. Look, is this likely to change? I mean, there's been this moratorium for a number of years now, which was controversial in itself. But, I mean, obviously, the whole landscape has changed now.
We have to rethink everything.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We just saw film coverage of the planet from the space station, which showed how fragile our planet is. And we're looking at a situation where the UN Secretary General said last week, our government's leadership are setting fire to that planet. And the idea that we should use fracking as a solution to the energy crisis is a joke. We have to accept the cheapest energy in the UK to bring down consumer bills in the UK is 2 things. We need to insulate energy efficiency our homes. And secondly, we need to vastly expand our renewable energy and storage because they are a quarter of the price of fossil gas electricity at the moment. Fracking is a distraction. If we invest 44 billion in new fossil fuels, fracking and North Sea oil, we will not reduce bills by a penny. However, if we invested that 44 billion in renewables and insulation, we do bring down people's bills radically.
Clearly, though, the politicians, or the way at least some of them are talking, is that they see it as a much more instant solution to the energy crisis at the moment. But could it be instant anyway? I mean,
that's not correct. What you're quoting is a very small minority of MPs in the net zero scrutiny group. It's around 40 to 50 MPs. The vast majority of MPs, over 400 to 500 MPs, do not see that. They see this as a distraction. They understand that the way to bring down bills is to insulate our homes and to move forward rapidly with storage and renewables, which are a quarter of the price of fracking. Please ask anybody who's in favour of fracking. Ask this guy from British Gas. Ask him, will fracking gas bring down our bills by a penny? Because they cannot answer yes, because our gas is on the global market, and the global market currently is 200 to 300 pounds per megawatt. Renewable energy is 50 pounds per megawatt. This is economic insanity.
Well, that begs the question then, doesn't it? Under the current conditions that we're in, if we're not going to break that moratorium, if we are looking for energy security as well as bringing the prices down, investing in those renewables, if that works, great. That's going to still take a long period of time. But things like insulation could be done comparatively quickly. So presumably the government should get on with it.
Well, it's nice to be on the same page, absolutely. There is 9 million homes that would have been insulated by now if the government hadn't cut the programme in 2012. We were insulating 1 million homes per year, which reduces bills by hundreds of pounds. And we can get on going that. But actually, it's not quite true about renewables. You can actually erect a wind turbine in a day. Fracking takes years to develop the wells and to produce the pipelines and the distribution network. Fracking is a slow answer. Renewables is a quick answer. You can put a solar panel on a house in a day. These are fast and they're ready to run. I spoke to somebody in the solar industry the other day. He said there are thousands of panels waiting to go up. There are thousands of wind turbines ready to go. All we need is the government to say yes and let's go for it.
But what we haven't got is the storage capacity, have we? We need more batteries, basically, don't we?
Yeah, that's why it's 3 things: energy efficiency, insulation, more renewable fast, and then the third one is storage. That is the area that the government is weakest on, and where we need to start putting more investment faster on storage. I'm doing it on my own. I'm actually getting. I've had solar power in my home for around 20 years. I produce 3 times more than I need. But sometimes at night I don't have it, obviously, but a battery will sort that out for me, and I'm having that installed at the moment. I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, everybody's asking Rishi Sunak to do something to help people in this energy crisis. What about financial incentives to do things like install solar power?
Well, the exciting thing about what's happened with the well, sorry, I don't mean exciting. I mean the silver lining on a terrible situation is that now for upper middle class and richer people, solar power is now competitive. It doesn't need a subsidy for richer people. What we should be doing is requiring richer homes, big homes that are energy guzzlers, to install it. If you're a multimillionaire, a £10,000 investment in a big solar panel for your house is not a big ask. Where we do need investment for poorer people is by the Chancellor to restore the insulation programme so poor people's bills are reduced.
That's something he could do.
Well, it is, yeah. You make some very interesting points.
Donica, thank you.
Yeah, thanks very much indeed. Donica McCarthy there from The Independent.
I've got a massive south-facing roof. And I often look at it and think that should be covered in solar panels, really. But, you know, there were huge incentives, financial incentives to do that a few years ago, and then they stopped that.
Yeah.
They should bring it back.
And you do sort of wonder now why, I have to say, why houses are not just built with panels. And you can get solar panels now that just look like roof tiles.
Yeah.
So, I mean, surely that should be, they'd be expensive though, probably, but...
It's inexpensive at first, but that's where you could actually incentivise people.
Build every house with those on.
Yeah, of course they should.
But it's the storage issue and all the rest
They
of
said they were going to build high-rise towers with glass that was specially made. I can't remember what you call it, but it's basically the glass itself is a solar panel.
Oh.
There's a word for it. I can't think what it is, but that absorbs. I mean, you think how much glass there is on a tower block, and every one of those panes of glass would actually be doing work and absorbing energy.
It's got to put our hands in our pockets, or the government's hand in its pocket to get on with it, and then maybe we'd be in a better position now. But we say now we've got to start looking for another 10 years down the line, haven't we?
Got to.
Let us know what you think. GBviews.
Well, you and I will be sat here in 10 years' time still moaning about it.
We will.
Do you think we will? What would we look like?
Probably. Well, I'll still be here. You might be happily retired by then.
Oh, I wondered what you were going to say then.
Oh, no!
I'll still be here, but, you know, you'll be...
You'll be on a cruise ship somewhere.
I will be on a cruise ship somewhere, occasionally watching you on the telly.
I will be edging towards retirement at that point. We'll keep my fingers crossed. Now, let's bring it up to date with the headlines at 9:46. And missile